Hi, Cheryl.
Good morning,
Oh
Vicky.
my gosh. So, ladies, I know you're probably thinking, where have you guys
Right?
been?
Yeah.
We've been around, but
Oh, yeah.
it's been a difficult year for both of us for a variety of reasons, and we don't need to go into that today. But we didn't go anywhere, and Help Me Help Her is still very alive and active. And so, with the holidays coming up, I reached out to Cheryl and I go, you know what? I recently made a post about travel safety, and she's been doing some traveling, so we thought this would just be a great topic as we're at Thanksgiving week, and ladies, you are doing more traveling. The holidays are upon us. You're in and out of your car, so we don't necessarily have a script. I think Cheryl might have taken some notes on her phone, which I
Oh, yeah.
haven't seen them, but you know how we roll.
We
We
wing.
we just wing it and we
Yeah.
just go. So I
Okay.
think I'll let you start us out, Cheryl.
Okay, great.
Okay, perfect.
And really, since our audience is you, the single woman, for the most part, this is how I'm going to talk to you because it extends beyond the holidays and it's about traveling smart and safe, but not being afraid to travel. And you got to get over that hump. You just got to know. You got to know what you're going to do.
I don't like to travel, but not out of fear. I don't like being on an airplane.
Oh, well,
But
and
I
that's
need to get over that too.
the first thing when you book your trip, whether it's on a tour or going by yourself, get travel insurance. It varies in cost, but it is extremely important for the just in case. If you lose your baggage, if the flight is canceled, if you get sick, whatever the reason, it's good to have travel insurance. So you have to add that into your budget. Number two, if you plan on doing a lot of international travel, it will do well for you to apply for global entry. And
Oh,
it's
that's right.
similar to the TSA, but what it means is when you get off that long haul flight and you're exhausted, instead of standing in line to go through security and customs, no, just security, all you do is stand in front of a screen, it scans your face, and you're gone. That's it. You go pick up your bags, you go through the do not declare line and customs, and you're out in probably half the time.
Wow, that's great
So,
advice. Great advice.
next number, for myself especially, I make sure every important phone number is in my cell phone for where I'm going. The police, medical, um, where you're going to stay. And I back it all up with paper. Because guess what? Phones get stolen.
Yeah, and that's interesting that you brought that up. So when you're traveling internationally, do they have a 911 system?
They do.
They do? What?
But well, each place has, like in Europe, it's 112, but
Okay.
you've got to research it. If you're in a travel group, a tour, some of this is not as more important
Right.
because they'll take care of it.
Yeah.
But still, I feel better just being completely self sufficient just in case. Because you can get stuck, making a transfer in a flight and everyone's one place and you're the other. And I've been stuck like that.
You,
And I'm in France and I'm calling, British Air, and guess what? You get French on the phone. No one's there, and the guy at the gate is speaking French. So if you don't have some sense of how to put some sentences together, you're in big trouble.
yeah, yeah, you are.
You're like, well, this is not good. So, interestingly enough, in this state of the world and all the chaos, I would encourage you not to be afraid to travel, but be very smart. The State Department has warnings from 1 to 4 about places to go, be cautious, places not to go. You can also register with them where you're
That's
going,
great. That's
and then
great.
they will send you alerts. And that's another way to just feel like someone's got your back.
Mm-hmm.
I know that when we travel, we think taxis are the best idea. Not always. A lot of taxis, especially in big cities, they're going to take advantage of the fact that you don't know the city and you don't know the language, and they'll take the most circuitous route to get you somewhere.
Ching, ching, ching.
Well,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you have nothing. You can't do anything. And so, for instance, when I was in, my favorite city is Paris, so I was just there, and I did a whole bunch of research, and I discovered something called Wrapped, Bonjour Wrapped, and it shows you how to get there if you're walking on the metro, on the bus, and if there's delays, it tells you and gives you alternate routes. Yeah, it is in French, but that's up to you to understand the language that you're going to.
I like how you pronounce that in French.
Oh.
That was good.
um, If you do social media, which I think most people do, Facebook and Instagram, you will find many social media accounts that have groups that you can join that will just discuss the place you're going, or just you kind of fumble through and find the ones you like who talk about the places you like to go, and then whenever they talk about a specific restaurant or a garden or whatever, save it. Just save it to your Instagram. Same with Pinterest, and then you've got that right there with you. But again, I'm going to reemphasize: put the maps, put the addresses, put the phone numbers of every place you want to visit in your contact list. So you're not, even if you're in some kind of a taxi, you decide it's safe, you can just show it to them, because you're not going to pronounce it right. You think you've got it, and they're looking at you like, what are you saying? And so that's not going to work. Go on bloggers, just research bloggers for travel tips, clothing tips, all that. That's why they're there, wealth of information. You want to be able to pack smart, so you're going to want to have a good weather app. I use two, AccuWeather and the Weather Channel. Why? They have a 45-day extended forecast.
Nice.
And it'll change as you get closer to your date, but at least you have some, idea of what it's going to be like. And then I cannot underscore enough, paper copies of all the reservations, airline, hotel, credit cards, passport, all that, and it stays on your body at all times.
And don't you agree that you've got to let people back home know your plans, your routes, your destinations?
Yeah, I don't send them my travel information anymore in terms of flights arriving, because what are they going to do? But I will add this, because Vicky's all about safety, and my oldest son is in a particular line of work where he's learning a lot about worldwide security and safety. And I said, I'll just text you when I get where I'm going. He says, do not use text. Do not use WhatsApp. It's not encrypted. You're vulnerable. So if you're going to use something, use an app called Signal.
Never heard of that one.
It is encrypted.
So is Telegram. You can have Telegram chats that are encrypted as well.
And so that's what you want, because that way you know that your information is safe.
Well, another thing, ladies, you don't need to be flashy. You don't need to wear your flashy jewelry and just look like you're made of money and all your expensive purses.
Ever.
Right, less is more. Whether you're traveling alone, in a group, or with somebody, really you just want to blend.
The best advice, I was given years ago. My husband traveled internationally for work, and so I got thrust into that fabulous world. Lucky me. And I caught that bug seriously, the travel bug. We were in Rome. He was there for business. And I just had on my normal jewelry, and the waiter in some little bistro said, you like that ring? You like that bracelet? I go, yeah. He goes, well, take it off, because they will go right by and take it right off your hand or cut your hand off. They don't care. You've got, I wear my wedding band, even though my husband is no longer with me, with my diamond. I just turn it when I walk. When I'm looking at my map in a city to follow my directions, I don't do it in an isolated corner. I wait somewhere where there's other people around, and I already have it in here, so I just have to do a quick tap, make sure I know where I am, and go on my way.
And another thing is you can always back up to a building so no one can come from behind you.
And the most important is always look confident that you know where you're going, even if you're faking it the whole way.
Well, and we can teach you a lot of stuff, ladies. We really can. But intuition and your gut instinct, if it doesn't feel right, it's not right. Get out of there, right? If you get into an Uber or a taxi and every hair on your head is starting to stand up, get out.
And it's also been recommended that you negotiate the fee if you're taking a taxi from the airport. Negotiate the fee before you get in that taxi.
Oh, good call. I have to just kind of chuckle because Cheryl did recently travel out of the country, and she posted a picture after she got home of her very handsome driver. So I just thought, oh, girl, you did it right that time.
Well, you know what? I decided I have to be safe. And what I learned about Paris is, and I can't say other big cities, but they don't but they don't do personal attacks like we do here. They'll walk by and take your phone out, but they won't attack you physically. The metro system is actually very safe, and a friend of mine taught me how to use it and was telling me that if anything weird happens on a metro, posted all along is a phone number. You call that phone number. When that metro stops and that person who's creating the problem gets off, the police are standing right there waiting for them. And so it's not everybody is through the lens of America, and we've got to remember that. You know, you've got to be courteous. I encourage you to learn a few words because the response you get from the natives is so much more positive.
Well, and when it comes to safety tools, ladies, you've got to know where you're traveling and you've got to know the laws. You know, I traveled to Italy about 10 years ago, and everybody thought I was going to take, all my tools with me. And you know what? I didn't. Yeah. I know what I can get away with in the United States of America. I don't know what I can get away with abroad. Right. And that was kind of during the Amanda Knox trial. Oh. And I was like, I don't want to go to prison and meet Amanda Knox.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a time and a place for your tools. Situational awareness is always with you.
Yeah,
keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Don't, like we said, don't travel in fear. If you can travel with a girlfriend or a partner, do so, right?
Yeah.
Just try not to be alone. But, you know, listen to your gut instinct, travel smart, be safe.
Yeah, and don't forget to enjoy.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
That's why you're there. And one last thing, remember, things will get out of your control really quickly. My whole 24 hours departing and arriving home, everything all along the way went completely wrong. And you just have to take it and say, this is travel in this time frame. It's not as luxurious and glamorous. It's not. No. It is what it is, and that's where some people go, oh, it's so awful, I won't travel. Well, that's their decision.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's okay.
Yeah, that is okay. Well, you know, we want to wish you all
one more thing.
One more thing.
When you travel, if you are not sure of how many people are on your social media, if it's just like open to everybody, don't post photos of where you are when you're gone. You're pretty much saying, come rob me.
Yeah, my house is empty.
Yeah, come on in. Yeah. Again, each one of you know what you can do safely and what you can't. And so just use your, as Vicki said, your intuition and your womanly smarts.
That's right.
And have a great time.
Yeah, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And we really won't go so long again between safety minutes.
God willing.
Yeah, God willing. We'll be back. And
Yeah.
really take care, ladies. If you have any questions, email me at info@helpmehelpher.org. And you know, the website has been recently updated. You'll find a ton of information there. So take a look at the website. Or there's a podcast that just released. We've got lots going on at Help Me Help Her. So Cheryl, thank you. I love you dearly. I appreciate you.
Love you too,
and to all of you,
Bye.
we bid you adieu.
Adieu.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir. Jeez. You can cut that part.